Here's the thing. I was pretty much done on YouTube. I've pretty much accomplished everything that there is to accomplish on this website. My Can Odell playing the NBA video single-handedly revolutionized not only gaming, but content creation in general.
Odell hit up over video. Drives to the side, pulls up at Steph Curry's face, and it's golden.
Absolute masterpiece. But this Tyreek Hill card is so good that I've decided to come out of retirement and risk my legacy by potentially producing a video not as well made as that Can Odell playing the NBA video. But before I get into that, I would just kind of like to show you just kind of what Madden player I am, like how good I am. Here's my record. I'm okay. I'd say I'm above average at the game. By no means am I the best. And the reason I'm showing you guys this isn't because I think my record is super amazing and I'm trying to brag about it, but just so like you don't feel like you're taking advice from a bum. If your gamer tag is TTV Wesley 818, you probably think I am a bum. But regardless of that, I think I'm good enough to know whether or not the card fits the meta. Anyways, here's the team I had Tyreek playing with. And I can already see the comments now. People are going to say like, oh, you spent all this money on your team. First of all, that's actually not true. The only money I spent on this game is to get those little packs that you get when you level up. And I think I opened one of those like team fantasy bundles, like the ultimate team fantasy bundles, like for $20. But honestly, I didn't get much of that in like much of what my team is worth in there. Like you really don't need to spend money to get a good team in this game. All you really need to do is learn the market and just learn how to trade cards, man. It sounds really difficult, but it's really not. I could sit on the market for about 30 minutes and make probably anywhere from 30 to 50K. Once you learn the market, it's really not hard to learn how to flip cards. And second of all, I don't think people should be shaming people who spend money on the game to get a good team. Like, how are you going to be mad that they can afford to spend money on a video game and you can't afford to spend as much or aren't willing to spend as much? And there's nothing wrong with not being able to afford to spend money on a video game. Like I can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars on this game. But don't get mad at other people who are willing to spend that much and who can. It's not up to them to make it easy for you to beat them. But that's a whole nother topic. Anyways, let's get into this Tyreek Hill. As you can see, his face guard stats are pretty good. He has 91 speed, which is obviously the fastest in the game. I think Barry Sanders might have 91 speed. But still, realistically, you're not going to be coming up across many Barry Sanders, at least at this point in the year. But you know how EA can make a card look good, as its face card stats, but may not play as great in game. So let's see how good he feels in game. Now, obviously, the first thing to note about this Tyreek Hill is his speed. Obviously, I mentioned earlier, the fastest card in the game. No corner is really going to be able to keep up with him. You have some fast corners in the game, like people like Trey Waynes and AJ Terrell might be able to keep up with Tyreek Hill speed-wise, but also think about their man coverages aren't as good, so it would be more difficult. Tyreek Hill is just somebody if you're facing a weaker team and they don't have corners to guard him, it might be impossible. You see him here, he's burning somebody without even being pressed. So he's someone that can just bail you out at times if you're kind of in a box and you need to get a big play. But yeah, before even clicking on this video, you probably knew that Tyreek's speed was going to be a problem. So let's just move on to the next thing that I like about Tyreek Hill, and that's going to be his route running. What you'll see in these upcoming clips is he actually makes pretty clean cuts, and obviously he has 88 route running if you have him powered up. But also if you have him powered up, he gets 80 mid route running, which means that he'll meet the 80 threshold. I don't know if thresholds are a thing this year. I heard last year that they were taken out, but maybe they are. But yeah, I just really like the route running on this card. It feels really smooth. Now the next thing I want to talk about is his catching. In this play, I was getting boxed up, so I ran 4 verts and I already made up my mind I was going to throw it up to him because I was emotional. Now he's not really going to do that every time. This year you can't really, there's no aggressive face catch like it was in Madden 16 and Madden 15. But you shouldn't be buying him for that reason anyways. No card's going to do that for you. But just the catching in general, I was very impressed with. So I was expecting him to drop a few passes just because he's a speed receiver. Catching is not really the main thing that he does, but he actually caught really well. He never dropped a pass for me as far as I can remember. But the next thing I want to talk about is his return man ability he gets. If you power him up, it's essentially like human joystick, but only during kick returns. I think it's really useful for facing people who actually kick it to the actually kick it to the kick returner and they don't kick it to the fullback. Like as you'll see in this clip, he just weaves in and out of people so easily. Now there's not really a lot wrong with this Tyreek Hill, so it's kind of difficult to come up with cons for this card. You might say his height at 5'10", but honestly it's not really that much of a problem. Again, you're not really doing that many jump balls this year. They pretty much get picked off anytime, no matter how tall your receiver is. Another thing you could say is maybe his carrying at 78, but that's not really that bad. I didn't really fumble that much with him. So for my final thoughts with this card, I honestly think he's the best player on my team. I would say the best player in the game, but obviously that's probably Barry Sanders. Honestly, I'd probably say that Tyreek Hill is a must-have card on your team. I don't care what you got to do to make it work, but you need to feel Tyreek Hill. I mean, no matter how expensive your team is, you need Tyreek Hill on your team. That being said, you may have to roll with Jake Fromm, 60 overall at quarterback for a few games, but hey, I mean, I think it's worth it, honestly. Tyreek Hill is someone, if they're on the other team, you got to change your whole entire defensive game plan. You can't really press unless the person you're playing knows to shade over top, but a lot of people I play online don't know to do that, so he just burns them. Also, man being the meta, it's hard to play man when Tyreek Hill's on the other team because he's so fast, and if you get caught out on a slant, it's pretty much a touchdown. If you're a level 50 and you got the 87 to 88 power-up pass, I highly recommend you using it on Tyreek Hill. Obviously, coin-wise, it makes the most sense because he's the most expensive 87 to 88. But also because he's probably going to get more cards in the future, and you want to be able to already have his power-up so you can go ahead and upgrade it. Anyways, that's going to be my review of Tyreek Hill. Let me know if you've used him and what you think of him. Also, you can go ahead and suggest other cards that you'd want me to review. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's baby Kilo playing with toys while classical music's in the background so I don't get copyrighted.